Hi, Gemini. We're doing your Sagittarius season reading. Let's see what's up. Bring this salt lamp closer into my energy field. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Gemini. There's just a quiet, somber sort of feeling. Okay, we have Una. Easy does it. She's a Celtic goddess. This card I always associate with divine timing. So things may feel like they're moving slowly in your life, or like the way that the direction they're moving in doesn't seem to make any sense. It's like going in the opposite of what you want, but it's actually moving you closer and faster to where you want to go. So this is an important time to work on connecting to your intuition, not just trusting any thought that runs through your mind like, oh, it's my intuition. Not necessarily. So this in particular is about developing intuition from the heart space, particularly because Athena here is green and it's inner wisdom. Now normally for inner wisdom you would get a purple card because the third eye chakra is purple. But what I like in this goddess deck is that our inner wisdom card comes in this light pale green, which would be the transitional space between the lower heart and the higher heart. You know what to do. Trust your inner wisdom and take appropriate action without delay. Yeah, exactly. This is getting to know yourself and making decisions based on who you actually are, not who you're like hoping to be later, if that makes sense. Okay. I was going to say you have one more. There's a creeping energy around you. Not really a huge fan of that. Okay. So Saraswati came out in reverse, but she stayed in the deck, so I just wanted to show you her really quickly. Beautiful scene here. Gently playing her music out by the water. So calm. Okay. But the card that did come out was Mawu, Mother Earth. And she came out in reverse. She says, you are called upon to help with environmentalism. This can be as simple a task as making an effort to recycle or to donate to, like, have a particular charity that you like, that you give to. Like, this is just about financial and material balance. So you're not taking in too much, you're not leaving too much waste, you're not, it's just like, if you're getting quite a bit of money, it's important to balance that out with the level of your, like, energetic generosity. So that doesn't mean you have to go around and, like, throw money at people, obviously. But what it does mean is that you give your energy in other ways, because the material success is supposed to help soothe your heart chakra, allowing you to open it more, to give more. Like, that's the whole point of you getting more, is to give more. So she came out of reverse here, so that's a struggle that we're working through. But if she came out, Gemini, what's really good is that means that you recognize that it's a problem and you're working on it. Excellent. Excellent work. Don't feel weak. I know it can be a struggle when you're like trying to stop smoking and you're like, oh, I feel like this is the worst person ever. I don't know why vices are coming up a lot this season, but I think it's because Capricorn season is next, and that's obviously the darkest time of the year. So this is the time period when people are like, the holidays are super stressful, and so you end up doing more and more of the thing that you're trying to stop yourself from doing. Right, yeah. I get it. It's okay. It's okay to not be perfect. Take some time. Don't beat yourself up. This card is Sekhmet. Be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. The fact that she's in reverse at the bottom of the deck, this tells me that this is a misunderstanding that you're having within yourself, where you believe that you can't ask for help and you can't get what it is that you need. And that's not true. I understand that it may be difficult to verbally go to someone and be like, hello, I need your assistance. However, what you can do is start giving to the world and speaking your truth out loud. It doesn't necessarily have to be to someone. I mean, you can do it in prayer, you can do it, just shouting into the woods. Like, it doesn't, as long as you're getting the information out of your third chakra and out of your body, the universe will react to it. So take little steps. Start by asking your stuffed animal for help. And then you can ask the fridge to get fuller and, ask, just slowly work on it. Okay? All right. What do we have for Gemini for Sagittarius season 2019? Have to be specific with you guys because you love to timeline jump on me. Although you do feel quite stable and grounded this season. That's good. And we got Master Putty, the Painter's Son. How's that? Yeah, there we go. So he's always a funny one because he's got paint. He thinks it's makeup, but it's actually paint. And he's just putting it all over his face while he stares into the mirror. It's cute. This is like, this feels to me like, I want to say innocent vanity. But it's not quite vanity because it's like creativity. He's just sort of like messing with it. It doesn't look like he's really trying to create like some real look, like he's not trying to give you anything. He's just playing with the space, having a good time in the mirror. Doot, doot, doot. It's cute. It's cute. Now, you may have been judged a lot for doing creative things that don't necessarily have a rhyme or reason, or they don't have like a solid plan to where they're going, but you're still allowed to do your creative things, whether or not, they develop into the monetary financial dream that you were hoping it would be. You still are allowed to do it, If you love it, you should do it. Okay. We got Miss Finn, the fishmonger's wife. She's kind of creepy, but I don't think she means to be. I feel like bad calling her creepy, but like her face is, a fish and everything. And she came out in reverse. So this feels like an older person in your life who may not be doing so well. I went completely blank. Okay, so this is someone that you're worried about and you're trying to avoid being worried about them. This is the stress that's triggering you. Okay, I got it. For sure. Big breaths. It's okay. Beside Miss Finn, we have Mr. Switch, the schoolmaster. Saturn. That is Saturnian energy, if I've ever seen it. So when Mr. Switch, not Master Switch, listen, not Master Switch. When Mr. Switch comes in, that tells me that there's a lot of Saturn energy around you. So the universe is bringing in really dense, intense situations to change your life fundamentally. But this is to help you grow into like more authentic versions of yourself. Each time you go through a really intense, painful situation, you blossom into a more authentic you, because you can only, the layers have to peel off. So let us see. Divine Feminine. What do my Divine Feminine Geminis need? Okay, I'm focusing on the Divine Timing card. Easy does it. Oh. Easy does it. Easy does it. What you saying, lasses? Lassies, what you saying? Just keep thinking about SpongeBob, man. fuck with SpongeBob. He's lit. I used to think Squidward was the worst when I was a kid, but he's just really tired. Like, he's just exhausted. And he finds this rambunctious person next door to be really annoying. Which I get. But also, that doesn't mean he gets to take out his bullshit on SpongeBob. That's all I'm saying. We've got the 10 of Spades here. Is the card that came out for you guys. So this to me feels like you guys are probably quite rambunctious and positive in the way like SpongeBob is. You know, like you're just excited to be here. Simple as that. And that pisses people off because they hate being here. So you being happy about it is very triggering to them. But that's not your fault. And it's not your job to fix it for them. You can be respectful, of course, always. But you don't have to tone yourself down or crush and kill parts of your ego to make other people feel more comfortable because they're afraid of your light. They don't like how brightly you're shining. Ooh, stop shining so brightly, Gemini. I don't like it. It's inappropriate. Ooh. Okay, and we've got the 5 of Diamonds. Yeah, exactly. So this is that internal conflict that comes up when you feel like you're being your authentic self, you're having a good time, and then someone is just like really not cool towards you. And then you're just like, whoa, what happened? I thought we were okay. And then you're like, okay, well, maybe I was being like too loud, or maybe I should just like tone down this part of myself or this part of myself, and no. In general, I do want you guys to be considerate to other people, obviously. But there's a difference between being considerate and people literally trying to oppress your light. When it comes up as 10 of Spades and 5 of Diamonds, that to me is someone who speaks, and if you were listening, it would sound like a light tone, but when you pay attention, they're very clearly saying quite mean, sharp things to you, like just very, very unpleasant. Yeah, we don't like that energy. So this is a heads up to let you know that energy is going to be sort of sneaking around your boundaries. So if you catch it and you think to yourself, no, that can't be what that was, don't gaslight yourself. Yes, that is what it was. That person was being shady. That was like a weird, mean thing that they did. Don't really know why, but it did happen. Okay? All right. Mask. What we got? What we got? What we got? What we got for the mask? Divine Masculine Geminis. Ugh. You right. Go this way? Yes, you do. All right. Do. Okay. Don't be messy. We've got Queen of Spades was the first card that came out, and I was waiting because I felt like she had more to say. And she's like, my other card is coming. Just pause for a second. For sure. So, Queen of Spades here. Someone is coming to you telling you very important information. Phenomenal. And here we have one of the Jokers. This guy, when he comes out to me, is this. How do I explain this energy? When you let yourself run off at the mouth and then you realize later that you were wrong. Because look at his face. He's like, oh, well, I mean, I didn't know, so, that's very much what I feel from him. Like, I was just figuring it out, what was I supposed to do? So, wait. Pull back. Wait. The fact that this is the Queen of Spades to me, this is receptive. So, someone is coming to you. Again, trying to trigger this sort of argument. Looks like like for some of you, it may be an air sign lady. But someone is coming to you to try and trigger this argument. And you're just sort of sitting back and waiting for them to realize that they're wrong. You're just like, you let me know. Because I'm not joining in and being dumb with you. Like, I don't want to do that. But you got it. And, okay. I've been holding these cards like this very specifically, so I'm guessing that this, and then we have King of Spades at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Okay, so this one on the top I'm going to take, because it's one of the ones that flipped over, or that, like, weirdly hung out of the deck, and I can feel very strongly that it is for you, but you guys are, like, not sure if you want to tell me. It's weird. 5 of Spades here. I'm just thinking the word deception over and over again. Deception, 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 deception. With the King of Spades at the bottom of the deck, this tells me that you're very aligned in your thinking. So if something, this is the same thing I was saying for the feminine. If you feel like you're being gaslighted here, with both counterparts near each other, like this close to each other, like at the bottom of the reading and in the same side and from the same deck, and I would just say you're being gaslit. 5 of Spades, 10 of Spades, 5 of Diamonds. You're being gaslit. Yeah. Someone is trying to trigger you and confuse you to waste your mental energy because they are concerned that you are smarter than them. Oh dear. All right, okay. These cards are getting like... Thank you. Yeah. And we have the Jack of Diamonds. So it's not a malicious energy that's trying to trigger you. This is quite warm. They're just, immature. It's just immaturity. That's what that is. So when this situation arises for you where these people or this person is trying to trigger you into like getting into an argument with them, just kind of, recognize that they are doing this out of a space of immaturity, and you don't have to engage if you don't want to. Obviously, if you want to, go ahead and engage, get into the whole argument, do the whole thing. Consequences look like they'll be pretty tough on this one. So, like, karmically, someone's feelings are going to get really, really hurt, so I'd be careful there. But if you want to play and get into this argument, do your thing. But I'm just letting you know that it's coming up. And it sort of determines your ego trajectory, because you're feeling quite sensitive this season. So depending on how this argument goes, it looks like it's kind of make or break for your self-esteem this season. So yeah. I would like to finish this on something more positive, because I didn't particularly enjoy that energy at the end there. Not particularly. So let's see. What is the most positive thing that Gemini can look forward to for Sagittarius season 2019? Ooh. Pain relief. It looks like you guys are getting some very relieving energy. Good. Guys. I want one card. Like, why is, like, the entire deck flying out? Like, I'm not taking any of these. I'm literally not taking any of these. So, we're just going to have to sort it out. Yeah. Okay. Isis. Past life. The situation involves your past life memories. So whenever this card comes up, blah, 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 blah. Whenever this card comes up, I know that you're doing dream work. And this looks like you're processing some pretty heavy emotions. There's a lot of fog here. So it's good. Your vibration is rising. And you are in the midst of a really interesting transition period here. I would say spend some time visualizing. Just visualizing. So you can imagine a jungle, a river, whatever. But just let your brain play. Let it try it out. Because this season you have a lot more mental energy to let yourself create these images in your brain. Like daydreaming is really, really fun. So I would say for stress relief, work on daydreaming this season. All right, y'all. Dang, I got a long ass video. All right, but you know, have a good Sagittarius season and everything. Love you, Gemini. It's lit. Do your thing.